Hey everyone, just a quick update. I've got a couple of new things to show you that I've listed on Etsy. After sharing this tattered glue book video with you guys, I was approached by email to see if I would create some, and since I do create junk journals for sale, then I decided to put some together that would be more geared towards creating glue books. So I'll show you what I've got listed. So what I've done is I've created sets. I've made the junk journal for you and left the pages blank and added a bunch of stuff that you could glue in. So this one here is a smaller one. It's about 5 by 7 and has a 1/2 inch spine. I used a pamphlet stitch, and in this one the pages are all plain, just coffee dyed. So you've got your bare bones here and all of your stuff to create your glue book. These are the original end papers. I thought they were pretty nice, so I left those in. Just added a little bit of lace for you already, and that's it. Oh, and this little embellishment on the front here. Okay, so what you get in this one, you've got some seam binding. There are some tags from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I've included some doilies in here. Some journaling cards from different collections. And then some pattern paper scraps. So these are nice to create little collage blocks. And some vintage book pages that you can use the same way that I did in my red glue book. And there you go. So just tons of pattern paper that you can use to layer your pages and create your backgrounds. Okay, so that's one of them. This second one here is a little more playful. It's a vintage children's book. The front is Pinocchio, and if you turn it over in this way, there's King Arthur on the back. So this one here has patterned paper that was coffee dyed, and just a little trim, little paper lace trim on the edge of the first page of each signature. And then when you turn it on the back, it looks like that. So just a more playful one. This would be great for gluing in just anything that you have from maybe your childhood, or you could use it as a lace book. And so the stuff I included in here, there's doilies and a note card, some smaller scraps of pattern paper, some little embellishments, these little plastic pocket life cards, some scalloped circled pattern paper, hang tag, more of these, some hand-dyed seam binding. These are the original end papers from the book, so I thought maybe you could use those in there. Again, some book pages. These are good for layering. And these are all folded if you wanted to include little fold-out pages. There's a whole stack of these and some more pattern paper. So that's included in this set. Now here's another really vintage one. This one's Our Wonderful Universe. It's 5.5 by 8.5 and a 1-inch spine that I covered with some beautiful Venice lace here. There's some metal corners here, and again it's just plain pattern paper pages that I coffee stained. And the 3 signatures start off with some of this scalloped paper on the end. So again, this would make a fun glue book, and of course you could use it as a writing journal if you wanted. And here's some of what I've included with it. Some printed tags, some journaling cards, some more journaling cards from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, some steampunk ones, hot air balloons, this hand-dyed seam binding, and I created these just flip over little note papers. You could use them any way you want, but I put a stack of these in there. Doilies, book pages, and some patterned paper scraps, and they're all coordinated so that you can mix and match. And this last one I wanted to show you is a vintage Reader's Digest. The cover was actually like that with these little snowdrop flowers on it. I did have to rebuild the spine completely because when you open these old Reader's Digests, a lot of times they just split. So the spine just falls off completely. So I rebuilt it and painted it, and then added this lace. And again, just pattern paper on the inside that's been coffee stained. So the basics are all here for you, and it's all ready to go for you to create your glue book. This could be a sewing glue book where you collect your buttons, or postcards, or prayer cards, anything that you have that you'd want to place in one spot. This would be a great book for it. I also did the hand-dyed seam binding and the book pages, and then some little embellishments. Note card, hang tag, these little plastic Project Life cards. These are freebie from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, and it has the snowdrops, so I thought that would look pretty in there. Some doilies, a little stack of folded note pages, and some scraps that you can mix and match. So I'm hoping that these little inspiration glue book sets will spark your imagination, and that you'll want to create glue books the way I do. I will be sharing a few more in the near future. I'll have this one finished hopefully soon, which will have whimsy and botany images in it. I'll also be sharing this one here, which is just a file folder that I added junk to. So that one's coming up. And then this one is also going to be an ongoing project for me. I'm going to be adding all of my grandmother's Catholic prayer cards that she collected over the years. They were handed down to me years ago when she passed away, and so I thought this little beauty would be the perfect home for them. So if you have any questions about the glue book sets that I just showed you, let me know. The listing for them is below this video. I really thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.